We're about to walk into the harvest. It's the fall equinox. And I personally love that the equinox this year falls in between both of the eclipses for this season, because what better time to sow into our long-term cycles, more harvest for ourselves, than in the season where the eclipses are encapsulating the fall equinox. Well, fall for where I am. That is true. So let's talk about the astrology a little bit of long-term harvest stuff. I feel like I've been yapping a lot about what's going on right here and right now, but let's take a little sneak peek into where we're going. That Pisces eclipse really helped us to understand like where we are now, and also what are we going to need to do to get to where we want to go. North Node moves into Pisces next year. We're trying out new things in our spirituality. We're also receiving new purposes, new callings, new feelings in our gut of where we need to go within our Pisces placements, Neptune, and Veil energy, because that's Pisces. Now that node of Pisces, they're going to switch over on January 11th of 2025. We're still in Capricorn season, all right? And one of the things about the harvest of the fall seasons is that you harvest and harvest and harvest and bring it through, and then you can do stuff with that harvest until either the harvest is through or you literally don't have enough time to reap everything before the winter season could come in and take it. And that is very much Capricorn. Our Capricorn season, it's like the harshest time of winter for most people. Not necessarily true everywhere, all right? But that space is going to have a lot of harshness to it. So it's like, what did you spend your time doing all throughout the year and the previous year? And how are you spending your time in that harvest? Gotta love Capricorn. I sure do. I love Saturn too. And Saturn has been in Pisces since March of 2023. And with that Pisces eclipse that just came up, we have been feeling that energy of like spiritual lives getting in order, new spiritual rules, new practices, being really detail oriented with what our spiritual practice is in our life. Saturn can be a lot. So the heaviness of that, true. Now Saturn is retrograde until November 15th to be exact. And then Neptune goes direct on December 7th, which Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So this harvest of the next several months is actually going to indicate to you, what are you harvesting over the next couple of years while the North Node is in Pisces? Have you really been sitting in the work of that Saturn being in Pisces in your chart? What does that look like? What house is it in? What placements do you have in Pisces? What has Saturn been asking of you, and what lessons have been coming through? Have you been avoiding anything within Saturn lessons within Pisces placement? And if so, how can you catch yourself up and dedicate some time to those studies and spaces in your life for the upcoming seasons? Because the other thing that we have happening next year is we have a North Node that's going to be conjunct with Neptune in Pisces, and a North Node that's going to be conjunct with Saturn in Pisces. And then we're going to have Saturn and Neptune are going to be conjunct in Aries twice next year. So the harvest season for this year, I really hope that you just harvest so many good things and so many seeds, because what is coming up in the next year, we are altering our harvest for many, many, many years to come. And that starts with, what do we do with the spiritual harvest throughout this upcoming season? Look at how you've been taking care of your plants, quote unquote, your plants in your spiritual life. Or if you're literally a green witch and like have a garden, that's also true. And how have they been taking care of you? Because I know for me, as someone who has a Saturn heavy chart, from Scorpio season into the depths of Capricorn season, that's where my biggest harvest is. So right now that we're on this equinox energy, this is really the shift into, okay, we have to start preparing ourselves for the harvest. We've still been growing and growing and growing and growing, but this is the shift into, it's the harvest is about to start. And then what you do with that harvest, all those conjunctions that are Neptune, Saturn, North Node stuff that's happening next year, this harvest has some indicators of, oh, this is the good stuff that could be happening then. So pay attention. What do you got going on? What do you want to do? I'm pretty excited. It feels pretty good today. Honestly, I kind of forgot that it was the equinox, and then I was sitting here answering emails and like getting my work together. And I was like, oh, this is why it feels like there's a season change, because literally the season is changing. Got it. Thank you. That's great. So let the season change, because we're in a change of season. I've been listening to new music. I've been up on my practices. I've been feeling different. Literally feel like a new person recently. It's pretty weird, but you know what? I revere it, because I've been in some places where I didn't want to be that person. So I'm grateful to be here. Also true. So that's it. Let the harvest come through. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. And one thing about the harvest is that some of those plants, they're going to be left until the very last moment. Let them grow. Let them grow, 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 grow until they can't anymore. Or you can't allow them to anymore and you need to reap them. I love harvest season. Oh, so good. Gratitude to you. I'll talk to you soon.